You're listening to
Tattness Radio with Keith Tattness McQuarrie and Niles Baldwin.
What's cracking, y'all? Happy Tuesday. I hope your week is going all right. Monday was an ignorant slut, but let's hope that Tuesday knows how to act right. I got so much to tell you guys, man. So much going on, including an upcoming guest that if you followed the Tattness podcast Uncensored Days, which is coming back in the future, by the way, you'll recognize this guest, and we're setting something up as we speak right now. Currently, she's at Cannes Film Festival, so she can't do it right now, but when she's free, we will be setting something up to have her on the show. My dear friend, Jessica Thompson, actress, model, badass friend, fucking super awesome. So, before I get into the other announcements, in honor of her very talented daughter, who is also a friend of mine, you may know, Anna Thompson, let's play some of Anna's music to kick shit off.
If I had superpowers, I'd wanna read your mind, kick it with you for hours, and I'd want you to know what's on mine, 'cause I can't say it out loud now, so I say it with no sound. Up in my head to your chest, and I wonder if you feel it. All the things I'm saying to you, they will never hear, but I still try to communicate it to you. Telepathically telling you I think I love you. Tell me that you hear me, say it back, or maybe try to. Must have smoked a little too much before we passed out, 'cause you really got me thinking that you hear me when I try to telepathically tell you that I think I love you. You're becoming my everything. Can I please be yours? But you won't say anything till you really know for sure, 'cause I can't say it out loud now, so I say it with no sound. I put my head to your chest, and I wonder if you feel it. All the things I'm saying to you, they will never hear, but I still try to communicate it to you. Telepathically telling you I think I love you. Tell me that you hear me, say it back, or maybe try to. Must have smoked a little too much before we passed out, 'cause you really got me thinking that you hear me when I try to telepathically tell you that I think I love you. I must confess I'm a little too obsessed, and I have no clue if you feel me like that too. I put my head to your chest, and I wonder if you feel it. All the things I'm saying to you, they will never hear, but I still try to communicate it to you. Telepathically telling you I think I love you. Tell me that you hear me, say it back, or maybe try to. Must have smoked a little too much before we passed out, 'cause you really got me thinking that you hear me when I try to telepathically tell you that I think I love you.
That girl is talented as fuck, am I right? So, here's what happened last night that I'm very stoked about. I just looked into it. There's no NDA, so I can freely tell you guys about this, and I'm fucking stoked about that. So I was sitting here, and I got a message out of nowhere, total out of the clear fucking blue, and it was inviting me to be a part of a making of horror documentary with people like Kane Hodder, Tom Arnold, and Bill Moseley, among others. So I am so stoked, and yes, I have agreed to do it, so in the future you can look forward to that. Your boy will be interviewed as to, fucking what it was like fucking doing horror and shit. So I'm pretty jazzed. That's a huge honor, so thank you for asking me to be a part of that. That's very cool. Just another thing to add to my fucking resume. I am jazzed about that. It's gonna be such a good time. Such an honor to be a part of something with those names involved, especially. Shout out to Kane Hodder, of course, my dude. It's gonna be such a good time. So I'm looking forward to that. I thought you guys would be pretty excited about that. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of projects, but that one, there's no NDA involved. I could freely speak about that. My guest is coming. Like I said, Jess is one of the coolest people. You guys will love her, and we're going to shoot the shit on the air about what movies she's currently working on and what's going on in her life, as well as the dumpster fire that was mine for the last year. Good times, man. Good times. So we're going to get to some more music in a minute. I just wanted to let you guys know that is something that I have been asked to do, and I am currently recruiting friends of mine. I'm going to be asking certain friends of mine if they would like to be a part of it as well, because I was asked to reach out to those people because I have that contact. So I will be asking Joe Castro, Mick Strawn, Nick Benson, CJ Graham, among other people. I will be seeing who wants to be a part of this documentary, maybe even Corey Taylor. And, he did Fear Clinic. That was a dope movie. So we'll see what all I can scrounge up and see whose interest I can get. Until then, enjoy some fucking music, and I'll come back and we'll discuss more of what's going on.
Staring at this Bible as I keep glancing. Dear Lord, I got questions and I need answers. I'm trying to understand your vision, all I see is damage. Just a bunch of dead bodies in the street camping. A bunch of lost souls on their feet standing. We supposed to be your children, I thought we family. You supposed to be my father, bro, I need answers. We don't need to die young, we just need chances. Tired of living on the edge, so we keep scrambling. Trying to talk to these strippers, but they keep dancing. We just want to be number one like Steve Francis. Bow our heads, say a prayer, now the seeds planted. Everywhere I turn, I'm seeing MCs vanish. Lot of good niggas gone, I don't understand it. Lot of families lost and they seeds stranded. I ain't trying to disrespect you, I just need answers. I know you watching us from heaven thinking who to save. Cherry picking who should go next and who should stay. I'd be on my way to heaven if I knew the way. And bring back every good nigga you choose to take. They say you never wrong, but you done made a few mistakes. Cause you taking the wrong niggas, maybe you should trade. Trade us back all the real ones, remove the fakes. I think you should trade. Give us Tupac back and take that nigga shook. Let the legend resurrect that he gon' live for good. I been screaming thug life in every different hood. If only you can bring him back, Lord, I wish you would. Give us Biggie, give us Pun, give us Triple X. Take that nigga Trump with you, that's a bigger threat. There's too much power for a coward with no intellect. That's a bigger with a collar, there's a disconnect. Niggas dying, mama crying, grandma need a tissue. Niggas shooting up a church, now I need a pistol. All them niggas still living, you don't see the issue. But how you taste a leader, then you take a leader with you. I ain't tryna disrespect, just need a meter with you. I ain't tryna overstep, just want a reason with you. Give us back our loved ones and take the evil with you. Send them suckers straight to hell, they don't need a visual. I need you to give us back Martin Luther. Take Martin Shkreli, give us back Malcolm. Take R. Kelly, R.I.P. Lil Snoop. Get that boy's life back. Take Eric Holder, give us Eric right back. I'm sending you this message, Lord, I hope you hit me right back. They say I'm on the wrong train, I know I'm on the right track. Cause Trayvon Gordon only did was try to fight back. Zimmerman walk around free, we don't like that. Why you take our mothers from us? Fathers and our sisters and our cousins from us. Got these children getting murdered while they double dutching. Wonder why the fuck you take Nipsey Hussle from us. Damn, you took a true king, a true brother from us. This a fucking marathon, but they running from us. Now everybody got guns, niggas up to something. And every gangster wanna prove that they tough or something. You know it's not fair, tell the truth. I've been in my feelings too. But if you took Emmett Till, at least take Dylan Roof. At least take James Holmes. I ain't even mad at that. Just bring back Whitney and give us Michael Jackson back. Feds want me. and then slam it down. Ain't no justice for Sandra Bland, we up like a sailing fan. Lord, if you listen, I'm just looking for a hand in hand. Take out the fuck niggas and give us back our fam again. Drowning in my tears, trying to pray for something. Wonder why you give us life for you to take it from us. Wonder why you give us family, then erase it from us. Maybe, hopefully, you can have a conversation with us. Maybe I'm just probably tripping, cause I need a hug. The hood can't find jobs, now we need a plug. Everybody and their mama trying to be a thug. I don't go to church, cause I'm afraid of being judged. I've been staring at the ceiling as I lie in bed, watching niggas follow trends like Simon says. I pray you give us back the real ones and try again. Or maybe take them niggas that deserve to die instead. Tommy Lauren run her mouth and then she get defensive. Lauren Ingram laughing at death and disrespecting. I really feel like you should teach them stupid hoes a lesson. Either that or give us back somebody who deserved the blessings. I left out a bunch of names that I forgot to mention. Cost too much to pay attention and it got expensive. Father, forgive me for I know not what I do, and now I'm reaching out to you hoping you hear me and return the message. I know that you got our back and that you're not against us. Or maybe you just love us so you doing shit to test us. I just kinda thought that you would do more to protect us. They say the good die young and I ain't on the guest list. I've been drinking, Lord, forgive me as my blood racing. I don't know what I'm thinking, I'm just frustrated. I don't mean to question you, I'm just confused. I don't know what else to do, I've been patient and it sucks waiting. Took my mans from me, that forever hurts. But putting the blame on you, that'll never work. I know this ain't your fault, it's the devil's work. Devil's work.
Tattness Radio Throwback.
Yeah, let's talk. I mean, the first thing I heard about you was that you were a real person. And if there's one thing that this world needs is more real people, especially in our industry. So somebody who has a show called Uncensored, and you just have no format and you're just going to talk about whatever happens and whatever comes up, I'm down with that. Man. I think that's really freaking cool.
I appreciate the hell out of that. I mean, I just, in my industry too, coming from MMA and all this other crap, you do enough interviews where you're asked the same boring questions. And it's not the interviewer's fault 9 times out of 10. It's they have a boss telling them, you got to ask this, this, and this. And the thing is, usually I find when someone asks you a question, you answer it, there's usually some follow-up stuff you kind of want to get in there, but they're already on to the next question that's totally unrelated. So you don't even get to it. And it's always the same questions, and everyone thinks they're the first to ask the stuff. And it's like, you got to get creative on like rewording the same damn answers.
Yeah.
And it's so terribly boring sometimes, so I didn't want to do that to my guests. I'm like, you know what? Sometimes your guests just want to talk about anything but work. They're people. You know what I mean? As much as I'd love to talk about getting punched in the face every day, there's other things I enjoy, So I think some people really dig that, because every guest I've had, for the most part, have asked to come back, which is cool. I just, before coming on air, I got, how weird is this? Jan Birch from People Under the Stairs was on my show, and he hit me up on my birthday, which was cool, like on the 21st. And so did you. Thank you, by the way.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. So he hit me up on my birthday, and I was like, fucking Jan Birch from People Under the Stairs. It's like wishing my ass a happy birthday. What the hell? Life is fucking weird.
So that was a little throwback clip to when Jessica Thompson was on the Tattness podcast Uncensored. We had a great conversation. That was just a little piece of it. Life has, in fact, only gotten weirder since then, I have to admit. My life is fucking wild. My life is completely fucking bananas, and I would not have it any other way. You guys make everything so fucking worth doing. You guys are the best supporters a guy could fucking ask for. Everything I do, you guys support it. If I disappear for a little while to handle some personal matters, you guys fucking reach out. You ask how I am. You download the old stuff. You fucking keep hanging in there waiting for me to come back patiently. Look, man, when I was dealing with a lot of personal shit, I tried to hide myself and just kind of slip away, and you guys weren't having it. You guys would not allow it. You were checking in. You were asking around to see how I'm doing, where I'm at, if I'm okay. You guys were so fucking amazing. I am so grateful for you. Thank you guys so much. Seriously. Funny story, a little bit kind of funny, I think. I am very close with one of my cousins, a couple of my cousins, but one in particular, I thought would appreciate that I was asked to do this horror documentary. So I reached out to her and I'm like, hey, I just got asked to do a fucking horror documentary with Kane Hodder, Bill Moseley, fucking Tom Arnold, and all these other people. And her response was, fancy bitch, stop doing cool stuff. And I'm like, my bad, I'll tone it down. She's like, that's better. Just joking, obviously, but super supportive of everything I do. I am forever grateful for that as well. It's nice to have a couple fucking family members that actually give a shit. So, very cool. I thought it was kind of funny, she also was the same cousin that, when I said that I was in talks with the cats from Supernatural about being on my show, Jared was at the time a little tied up with doing a Walker Texas Ranger reboot show, so he couldn't come on the show at that time. He was busy, and I understand that. I caught him right at the filming time, so that wasn't ideal. But I told my cousin about that shit, and knowing she's a huge fan, and she said, it went pretty dark, where she said, I'm going to wear your fucking skin for 20 minutes and just hyperventilate because I wouldn't be able to actually talk to these people. Yeah, it got weird. A little homicidal there. The envy is real. But it just reminded me how blessed I am, honestly, all humor aside. It reminded me to not take this shit for granted. I know some very cool people, some amazingly interesting people, and I'm blessed to fucking have the opportunities I have. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and she was coming to the realization of all the fucking amazing talents that I know, all the people that I'm friends with, that I'm blessed to say were mentors to me, and, in this industry. And she tripped, and she was like, dude, I would give anything to fucking meet those people. And, I was like, damn, I can't take this shit for granted, man. I gotta fucking remember at all times just how blessed I am. I worked my ass off for this, and just being who I am, I think fucking has helped. Being, genuine and sincere, you attract those types of people into your life. And the people in this industry that I am friends with are the most genuine, real people. No matter how big of a name they may be to you, they are genuine, real people first and foremost, and none of that fucking typical fake Hollywood bullshit. They are the most real people. So I'm blessed to know them. I've got stories for days we could get into. Everyone from people from Nightmare on Elm Street to fucking the music industry. Come on, man. I know so many damn people, it's ridiculous. And they've all participated in my life in a positive way. They've all been mentors to me in some way, gave me advice when I was breaking into the industry, took care of me, looked out for me like a little brother. I am so grateful. I am so fucking grateful. And just like I'm so grateful for all of you, you amazing supporters all over the world, you guys. I got millions of fucking downloaders, and all of y'all reach out when I do Ask Me Anything shows. You guys all have great questions. You're all respectful. When I'm gone dealing with personal matters, you guys always check in to see if I'm okay. You show your love and support by downloading the old stuff and still kind of making it a part of your daily routine. I got an email from a fan, actually, that was really funny, saying, hey, I love your uncensored nature. I love everything you do. Your show has become such a fucking part of my daily routine that I can't live without it. However, my mom started going on drives with me a lot lately, and she's kind of easily offended by language. So I think maybe you should do a family-friendly version of your show. It won't be the same, but it's better than not listening to you at all most days. Please consider it. And I reached out and I said, hey, thank you for the kind words and the support, the years of support. And look, man, I wish I could help you out. I really wish I could stop cussing, but unfortunately, I'm afraid no matter how hard I try, I just cunt. And she responded back with, "Oh my God, I can't believe you actually responded, and I know it's really you, because only you would respond in such a way." And that made me laugh, because I guess I am that fucking, known for being a troll, being a smartass, being fucking vulgar, and profane to some degree, I guess. Maybe that's my trademark. But I thought it was a funny fucking conversation, and I'm so grateful for those emails. They make my day, you guys. You think I don't fucking read the shit? You think that I have someone else that reads it or responds? I do not. I believe, yes, I do have handlers, but I believe fully in being transparent and being authentic and fucking genuine and touching base with my fan base. So I do read those emails. I do fucking read everything. You can reach out to either tattnessradio@gmail.com or tattnessradioofficial@gmail.com and get a hold of me if you so choose. And there will be a phone number very soon to call into the radio station and fucking put some shit on the air. If you guys want to talk on the air, that'd be cool. And it will be aired, so you guys will have your say. I always want to touch base with my fan base, my supporters. I don't give a fuck what country you're in, where you're from, what your religion is, what your background is. I love all y'all. So, you're free to fucking speak your mind. And just no hate speech, man. I don't like that shit. But, come on the air, man. Fucking let's talk. And, or leave a fucking message, a voicemail that I can air. And you can have your say on things, whichever. And, I always love touching base with my fans, man. You guys are so amazing. It's the least I can do is give back and give you my time, because you fucking share yours with me so freely and willingly. So thank you guys so much, honestly, from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate every last one of you. Let's get to some more fucking music and no more of this sappy bullshit.
White trash, beautiful. Trailer park queen. She slings hash at the diner from 11 to 5. She married a boy from school. Thought he was oh so cool. But all he can do for money is drive. I'll lay hauling freight on Interstate 5. Praying he'll see home before his baby arrives. on his rearview mirror. She prays for him every night. She hopes that he can hear her. White trash beautiful. There's something you should know. My heart belongs to you, girl. I know you could have found yourself a better guy. I love you till the day I die. I swear to God it's true. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you, girl. I'm coming home to you. I'm coming home to you, girl. I'm coming home to you.
I guess you can consider it poetry. Well, with me, it started out with these words. They started looking like puzzle pieces, so I started connecting them with each other. Until they started to resemble blank canvases. By this time, I was an artist. So I just started to paint pictures, real visual.
I'm a psychopath, I'm a killer. 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 I'm a psychopath, I'm never keeping it plain. Lyrical murder is something I've been about ever since I was a little kid. Doodling in class, drew a picture with my teacher, bullet in his head, ruler in his ass with a toilet in front of him, throwing up, pissed off. Probably symbolic of this thought, sick talk to my inner enemy in the rough. I'm having nightmares of leaving behind my dreams with anything less than the full bang. It's like I'm General Hung and I'm standing in front of a gun. I'm putting myself in the way of a bullet to pull rank. The hood is over my eyes, but the wool ain't. Yeah, got the mentality of being with a wizard. Every award show we don't even get considered. How do you sell something that's so lyrical to a kid who wouldn't know what was hitting if it hit him? Now I wanna talk about these niggas from Detroit. Beef on me and Shady who was thinking about Detroit. We put the world on tour, so watch how you say fuck me, you just might jinx yourself. Whoops, your girl gon' do it. Cause I was in the 9/11 in Chicago, 9/11 at the same time. I had already been grinding since 9/7, that's longevity. And if you take the lyrics, you better be a killer. I'm a psychopath, I'm a killer. You ain't never seen a motherfucker get real. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Automatic when anybody's sporadic, got you. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Cause ain't nobody killer. No, ain't nobody for real. A psychopath, I'm a killer.
This elite drinker is the ringleader. I'm a deep thinker. I'm a street preacher with a street sweeper full of heat seekers and your Jeep speakers. I'm a key bringers. I don't need heaters. I got the meat cleaver. Welcome to the slaughterhouse. Niggas try to tell me I spell too much. Capital S to the left to the T-E-R. Hope U-S-E. Now go to hell, you fucks. Word. Making work disappear quick as magic. Abracadabra, the trafficker blacker than Africa. Can you imagine a nigga flipping bread for the blood? Money like Dracula has him a spatula. Ask me a question. Am I the best with the flexing? Fuck yes with the goon talk. I just moonwalk all over the beat. Then I'm lighting up the street. Crooked going Michael Jackson, no Thriller. I'm a psychopath, I'm a killer. You ain't never seen a motherfucker get real. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Automatic when anybody's sporadic, got you. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Cause ain't nobody killer. No, ain't nobody for real. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Breathing in the night, still got the feeling.
Psychopath, I'm a killer.
The thought of retiring is making me want to set your daughter on fire with a soldering ironing. What up, Mom? Applying for the rim job. Are you hiring? I'm hoping to fill up your opening. Oh, but I know I gotta meet a lot of requirements. First, I gotta accept you're in a lobby in Ireland, and you probably already been with all the slaughter. And I am in no mood to be playing second fiddle slob on this violin with no strings attached. I'm just a product of a hostile environment of being brought up, so brought up inspired. But I don't know why I still like I'm caught up inside a whirlpool. Not an appliance, but applying to science. I psychotically rhyme, and it's like stars have aligned, all in a line. Thought of a line, balls of Goliath. Obscene talk intertwined like a beanstalk in a vine, but I keep walking the line between the wrong and the right. But every everything I write seems wrong, and it's like I'm ecstatic at all the static that I can still cause in the fabric of our modern society. Now Catholics are panicking cause I snap back to my old antics and shenanigans. Damn it, the Pope's mannequin probably shouldn't have ran up in the Vatican with that mannequin singing bagpipes from Baghdad again, and my dad's dragging a faggot in a glad bag. Won't be the last time I make a dramatic entrance like Vatican. You thought I was lying when I said I think that I'm crossing the line again. I've lost my mind, Carson, oh God, I think I just thought of another fucking line. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned, but hip-hop has left me brainwashed with a violent street defiant. Now the odds of me trying to fucking be quiet probably gotta be about as high as the Jolly Green Giant after he's falling in pollen next to a killer beehive colony trying to sneak by it. While his feet don't follow me while I revive rap. I'ma start up a rioting, trying to stop at a silence that you're not gonna. Might as well just hit the block and you're jogging a tire in Boston and cross the marathon finish line and put your thoughts against mine, cause the arsenal I have will scar you for life. Worse than your arms and I have with bombs, pliers, and barbed wire. You're bossing like Barney Fife with a fucking Swiss Army knife. A sailor that's Darth Vader with arthritis and a bark bite with the Dark Knight on a dark night with his arms tied up. I'm Dharma like when I'm on the mic, I'm not gonna lie. Perform like I'm gonna die at the end of a song, so it's hard for the rhyme to end. Like fuck them all, I'm just riding like I'm locked up inside of a shot of Bonnie and Clyde call. Uncle Ronnie was driving, about to bust through the side door, rock of asylum and park in the dining room.
I'm a psychopath, I'm a killer. You ain't never seen a motherfucker get real. A psychopath, I'm a killer. On the planet with anybody's sporadic, got chills. A psychopath, I'm a killer. Cause ain't nobody killer. No, ain't nobody for real. A psychopath, I'm a killer.
This is Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and you're listening to
Tattness Radio. You were taking too long. Shut up. I'm Kevin Hart. You're listening to Tattness Radio. Because if you're not, Keith will beat that ass.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, and you're listening to that sorry sumbitch Tattness.
God, I love social media. I just got tagged by a dear friend of mine on Nickelback's fucking page. Apparently Lizzo was asking why people hate Nickelback so much, so a friend of mine took the opportunity to tag me, and so I explained that my beef is with Chad. The other guys are fucking decent humans, but Chad's an absolute fucking dildo harvester. Fuck that guy. I sincerely hope that he gets a fucking yeast infection and loaves of bread grow on his taint. I have fucking heard, nightmare stories about this motherfucker, and my experience has just not been great. So let me just fucking tell you, man, you beef with friends of mine, you beef with me, fuck you, Chad, you fucking clown shoes motherfucker. I'm telling you right now, a dude could put out a record called fucking Sounds from the Men's Room, and it would be more fucking talented than anything that motherfucker puts out. Anyways, that's it for me. I am out of here. I have shit to do. The fucking white sugar-free Monster Energy has kicked in, so I no longer feel like my get up and go has got up and fucking went. So I can actually get some shit accomplished. I'm gonna hit y'all with some fucking music uninterrupted, and then Nerd Cage Live for your listening fucking pleasure. They are back, and there's much for you to catch up on. So enjoy, and thank you guys for everything. Have an awesome fucking day, and I will catch your asses later, brah.
Mike Strange, welcome to our world. Turn your CDs up.
Motherfuckers think they know us. Guess who's back? Deets, Wizzy, Oaks, Wizzy, Docs, Wizzy, Shadis, Wizzy, Slash, Aftermath, 50 Cent, to you in. Here we go, free yo, motherfucker, Benzino. They don't know we finna blow, someone better tell them so. You don't know me, Faye, and I doubt if you understand me. Why would I give a fuck about you if we ain't family? I roll with a chosen few and those of you that's behind me. Witness the most coldest, ferocious niggas that rhyme me. Bitches turn they back on you acting like they ain't did shit. When you rapping, never mix business up with your friendships. If you lacking up in this jungle, then what you breathe for? Niggas don't love you, you got habits of breaking street codes. Far static, I automatically get medieval. When I'm after people, then I'll explode you bitches with C4. These hoes have no insurance, bodies get repoed, making you vanish even when we ain't got our heat close. Keeping 44s for your hoes to swallow in deep throat. If you owe me dough, then you know you falling asleep close. Niggas pupils, that's what I do. I'm foolish, will shoot you cause I'm cuckoo, but I don't think niggas be taking heed.
See, I'm a man, and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew was loyal to you. See, I'm a man, and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew was loyal to you.
I don't give a fuck
rhymes are supersonic. Cause I pack guns and knives, put dick to nuns and wives. Now who the fuck wanna fight? Ain't nobody fucking with me, ain't nobody fucking with the D. They get beat like an MP. You heard about the Czar taking all them drugs. You heard about Proof while I'm in the clubs. You heard about that 9 and M&M packs. You diss us, you getting your fucking face cracked. I'm from 7 Mile and Stout. I'll shoot up your house. Next day, I'll clean your mouth.
Hey yo, loyalty's first or the bullshit second. I showed you on the record. Cheers to who respected. Most of these niggas neglected, even though it's a known method. From the hectic hood that you slept in, you wanna be an exception. That's when the weapon is leaving you half stepping with that cane in your left hand. Obi from a section that'll stain up your flesh and have you on bed rest. Questioning your affection for streets. D Twizzy, no question. One of the best groups that done it, and Obi is their reflection. Little homie that knows solely that loyalty is reppin'. D Twizzy for life. Obi tries to
I'm a man and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you. See, I'm a man and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you.
Which one of you niggas wanna be bullshit bum heads when I got a passion for clapping with one hand? Tyler's on my roster, this mobsters and dumb land. Send a gangster to sleep 2 by 2 like bunk beds. Never leave the crib without packing my black burner. On some Chiali rapper to murder and murder. Incorporated hitman Harry is at your service. Reach for me one more again and that's curtains. For life is Z12, no ice, it's 3 wheels. Every night that I chill and I fight by free will, knowing I could be killed. Leaving my group, pieces of proof with a reason to shoot and a license to ill. We lost bugs and I'll be damned if we lose another man from our clan without forcing our hand, extorting your family. I torture your granny for my niggas. I'm on your motherfucking porch with a can.
See, I'm a man and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you. See, I'm a man and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you.
Yo, it's funny how niggas get caught alone
and get bombed on,
knock your teeth in the back of your throat
and break your jawbone. I'm on ignorant shit.
These niggas is bitch, pass me a cigarette quick.
Shit is finna get thick,
your man get split
by a brutal and critical hit
with identical dick,
or bullets with identical prints.
I'm wishing you is
for karma, your lieutenant's a snitch.
You timid and sick,
and we know that you ain't finna do shit.
I stick with my clique,
the kind artist, bomb artist,
connive at a ride,
shooting through your fucking long john garments.
30 dozen,
we deep in the street,
unbelievable heat.
We'll even lay you out in front of the chief of police,
See,
motherfucker.
I'm a man
and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you. See, I'm a man and a man gon' do what he gotta do. And he ain't really family if he ain't loyal to you. If they was really soldiers, then they would do what we do. And be loyal to crew when crew is loyal to you.
the coffin shakes and the need of rest. Come run away with me. Come on, you'll see. Once and for all, I will see us realign. Diamonds ring across the sky. Shower me into the same realm. Time will lead us to the same realm. I will lead us to the same realm.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. Thank you.
Don't call me.
I idolized my father. He taught me to survive the horror. Cause times is harder, the skies are darker. Look through the eyes of a snake, see inside the monster. To rise, they divide and conquer. If it's all about money, I don't respect your power, that's weak. They deprive and devour, they cowards, you ask me. Powers that be mistreat us, mislead us, thinking eventually we gon' bite the hands that feed us. And son them, and try to keep all of it from them. Move us all, those are chlorum, eat pluribus unum. New order of the ages, out of many, one. While the rest of us is conned out of pennies, none of starving. It's problems if we ain't fed quickly. Our brethren will be the ones taking heads with me. Jealousy, hate, lust, and greed is spread quickly. Don't call me brother if you ain't breaking bread with me.
Don't call me mother. Don't call me sister. Don't call me brother. Don't call me father. Don't call me mother. Don't call me sister. Don't call me brother. Don't call me father.
Don't call me brother. We ain't get the same mother or the same father. You get down like the other. Don't speak on wisdom when you know you don't love her. Don't shake my hand when you wanna see me under. Don't talk slick behind my back. Don't walk like this when you act like that. I'm trying to bar fall when you know that you a cat. Come through your hood like rap, rap, rap. Mess with the kid if you want to. And your man to them will tell you that'll be the last thing that you gonna do. You built like a scooter, I'm built like a Hummer, it's built like a tank. You don't want it, baby. Stop playing with things that'll get you hurt. You a girl, you can't play in the dirt. You wear a skirt, you don't know a damn thing about putting in the work. With your whole effing block up to the murk like
Don't call me mother. Don't call me sister. Don't call me brother. Don't call me father. Don't call me mother. Don't call me sister. Don't call me brother. Don't call me father.
dark cloud overhead. This is your final warning. Just remember what I said. That someone's gonna get hurt. Na 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 na. Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt. Na 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 na. And it's not gonna be me. Good afternoon, dear. How does the rope feel around your neck? Just one more error could be a fatal step. You keep throwing punches, but you won't win this fight. You're just fucking yourself when you don't read the signs. Going to the kitchen, coming back with a knife. 'Cause I've had enough this time. This is your final warning. There's a dark cloud overhead. This is your final warning. Just remember what I said. That someone's gonna get hurt. Na 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 na. Yeah, someone's gonna get hurt. Na 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 na. And it's not gonna be me. 'Cause you're the one thing. You are the one thing.
back home in Michigan, and it tastes like Jack when I'm kissing him. So I told him that I never really liked his friends. Now he's gone and he's calling me a bitch again. There's a guy that lives in a Garden State, and he told me that we make it till we graduate. So I told him that the music will be worth the wait, but he wants me in the kitchen when the dinner plays. I believe that we're meant to be. But jealousy get the best of me. Look, I don't mean to frustrate, but I always make the same mistakes, yeah. Always make the same mistakes, cause I'm bad in love. Ooh, ooh. But you can't blame me for trying. You know I'd be lying, saying you're the one. Ooh, ooh. That could finally fix me. Looking at my history, I'm bad in love. Got a girl with California eyes, and I thought that she could really be the one this time. But I never got the chance to make her mine, because she fell in love with little thin white lines. London girl with an attitude, we never told no one, but we look so cute. Both got way better things to do, but I always think about it when I'm riding through. I believe that I'm in too deep. Jealousy get the best in me. Look, I don't mean to frustrate, but I always make the same mistakes, yeah. Always make the same mistakes, cause I'm bad in love. Ooh, ooh. But you can't blame me for trying. You know I'd be lying, saying you're the one. Ooh, ooh. That could finally fix me. Looking at my history, I'm bad in love. It's time to feel and face. I know that you're afraid. I'm gonna walk away. It's time to feel and face. You know I'm bad in love, but you can't blame me for trying. You know I'd be lying, saying you're the one. Ooh, ooh. That could finally fix me. Looking at my history, I'm bad in love.
I'm steady trying to find the motive. Why do what I do? And freedom ain't getting no closer. No matter how far I go, my car is stolen. No registration. Cops patrolling. And now they done stop me and I get locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. Heading uptown to Ria. Back with a couple peeps. The corner block's on fire. Undercovers dressed as fiends. Making so much money. Products moving fast. Put away the stash, and as I sold the last bag, the round and got locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. I got locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let me, baby girl, I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. Visitation no longer comes by. Seems like they forgot about me. Commissary is getting empty. My cellmates eating food without me. Can't wait to get out and move forward with my life. Got a family that loves me and wants me to do right, but instead I'm here locked up. They won't let me out. They won't let go. I'm locked up. They won't let me out. No. won't let me. Send me some magazines, they won't let me. Send me some money, oh, they won't let me. Give me a visit, baby, they won't let me. Cause I'm locked up, they won't let me. Where's my lawyer? They won't let me. I'm locked up, they won't let me. Get me out of here. Locked up, they won't let me. They won't let me, baby. I'm locked up, they won't let me. Where's my on the block? Tell them I'm locked up, they won't let me. I'm locked up, they won't let me. Oh, they won't let me. Can you please accept my phone call? Cause I'm locked up, locked up.
Am I in the Matrix or something? Can somebody slap me and wake me back up? Am I actually beefing with Benzino right now? Listen, you've been in my inbox talking shit for almost 2 years now, my G. I've been to your city, I've sold out shows, you weren't there. I can't believe I'm wasting a beat this good on you, bro. Like, give me my 10 minutes back, honestly. Wake up and smell a coffee, old man. Let's go to work. Picture this. The year is 2021 and I'm beefing with Benzino. Wow. He is depressive, he looks at me like the next Chico, but he is a mess. He just injects needles of D-ball and he's so obsessed with them that he won't never let the beef go. Bumzino, you are not a rapper, you're a clown. He put the nail in your coffin, I dug it back out of the ground. I'll put your ashes in a backwood and I'll pass that shit around. You're so ashamed of the real you that you act like someone else. Yo, Raymond Scott, you tater tot, you pray to God I'll make it stop. Eminem won't take your calls, I know that really breaks your heart. Them steroids you taking, leaving heroin scabs. You got the same fucking jawline as American Dad. I'm airing them bad. Bumzino, where's your therapist at? You're 55 wearing skinny jeans, that's terrible swag. All those needles you injecting got you foaming at the mouth. The only 60-year-old rapper with an OnlyFans account. And even though I know deep down you really hope this gives you clout, remember when your baby mama caught you scoping out her house? You a weirdo, keep thinking you're the man on the gram, but at the end of the day, you're just Stan's biggest Stan. Goddamn, I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. You're a fucking senior. I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. Don't forget your pills. I'ma take him to the old folks home. I'ma take him to the old folks home. Do you need help up the stairs? I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. These kids nowadays catch me in Boston, Massachusetts with an automatic shooting. If I don't hit Benzino, I bet a heart attack will do it. So fuck the magazine now, I'll just call you the source. Cause that's exactly what you are every time you appear in court. Rap bastard, Botox injections you made of plastic. Pull the nail out your coffin just to take a shit in your casket. I'm laughing, remember the time that his chick slapped him? What happened? He's trying to paint this as some white and black shit. I'm breaking his facial tissue for making these racial issues, and I'll film it just to laugh at the face you make when I hit you. You a pussycat, suffering succotash, you fucking whack. Take your 5 mics and shove them right up your fucking ass. You on Instagram in tight clothes, acting hostile. 7 years ago, a member of your own family shot you. I'm in your city twice a year, check me please. You're too busy snorting coke off Eminem CDs. Bumzino, I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. You're a fucking senior. I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. Don't forget your pills. I'ma take him to the old folks home. I'ma take him to the old folks home. Do you need help up the stairs? I'ma take him to the old folks home. Watch me take him to the old folks home. These kids nowadays, am I right? Look, this is what happens when you got no legs to stand on anymore. So you try to make everything about race. You try to pit everybody against each other. That shit doesn't work anymore, bruh. Listen, at the end of the day, your career died a long time ago, man. You spent your whole career watching your peers blossom and become legends. All you did was remain at the bottom. Now you're taking these measly checks, doing club hosting events, starting an OnlyFans account just to get by, while all your old friends are rolling in millions. You spend all your time in the gym lifting weights to try and fill the void inside you to damage your ego because you're a little boy inside, bro. Every day you look in the mirror and think that because you got some muscles, you're cool as everybody else. But listen, you watch those people succeed and you got nowhere. We're done here. I said it before. I hope you sleep well tonight. OG. I couldn't even say it without laughing. Fucking Ben Zeno. 2021, ladies and gentlemen, Ben Zeno. You're bum Zeno from now on.
You're a bum! And that's all you'll ever be! A bum!
What you seek is inside you, but you can never get enough. Words can define you, the pig that grovels in a trough. Pain is a virtue, you wear it like a silken glove. Burn the ones around you, it's safe to say I've had enough. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. The meek can't defy you, so run them down and use them up. Nothing left inside you, an empty shell who's talking tough. God, let me chain you, I'll keep you in a silver box. Break my promise to you until you've broken down enough. Until you've broken down enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. You are my suicide, the one who loaded my gun. You are my suicide, the one who loaded my gun. You are my suicide, the one who loaded my gun. You are my suicide, the one who loaded my gun. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me, singing as you cut me down. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough. Stand with me. It's safe to say I've had enough.
Hello, this is Nerd Cage Live, and you're listening to Nerd Cage Live right here on Tattness Radio. If you like what you hear, be sure to subscribe to us over at youtube.com/nerdcagelive.
You're now about to witness the strength of geek knowledge. Hello, welcome. That's right. Once again, you are trapped in Nerd Cage Live. This channel is a celebration of all things pop culture, including our favorite website and our favorite YouTube channel, JoeBlow.com. Please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, J. St. G, certified geek, 7 days a week, coming to you live from yours truly, the land of the orange, Syracuse, New York. And Pretty Guardian's got to work tonight. Derek's got to work tonight. Josh is on his way here. But you know him as our moderator and trollhammer, stronger than a DK Banana Slammer. You can't top it. You can't crop it. He is the Nerd Cage Live Gaming Prophet. Like a B-52, he's gonna drop it. It's Joe from Fall One Gaming. Please introduce our guest tonight.
Yes, our guest tonight is Jay's boss, Chris Bumry of JoeBlow.com.
I hope you don't expect me to freestyle rap because that's not happening.
We already did loads of the DK rap. We're good.
Okay, cool.
How you doing today, Chris?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Just wrapping up a nice day of work, relaxing with a White Claw, and ready for
White
whatever.
Claw? I thought you Canadians drank Labatt.
I'm sick of beer. You know, I grew up. I drank too much of it when I was young. I binge drank. Anyway, I was like a chugging champ for a little bit.
Okay.
The local bars, but I chugged so much beer that now almost like if I have too much of one, I'll get sick. Like I went to a concert last night and I had a few beers, but like I can really only go so far with like having a couple beers. That's it.
Oh, who did you see last night?
I saw Depeche Mode actually.
Oh, nice. All right. I'm seeing the Chili Peppers tomorrow.
Oh, cool, man, cool. I'd love to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Depeche Mode was great. We had really good seats, and it's post-COVID, all the bands are back on tour, so we're seeing a lot this summer. I mean, I saw Depeche Mode. I'm going to The Cure. I got tickets to Madonna. I'm missing M83, unfortunately, because I'm going to be thing. But my partner, she's going to see Skinny Puppy as well.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff coming. I mean, it's kind of cool.
Oh, it's cool to know that you're in the middle of that hot spot there.
Yeah.
Look at this. You have two bosses here tonight now.
That's all right, yeah, Joe. Who do we got in the chat tonight?
And you have your mom in chat.
Hi, Mom. Look, I got my Joe Blow's our show tonight.
Yeah.
And who else we got in the chat, Joe?
Other people in the chat include Doomzilla, Shay Smithers, Arturo11, and Scott Bannock.
Guys, thanks so much for being here. This means a lot. Thanks, guys.
I think it's the funniest script I've ever read, and it was funny to make. It was.
Okay, there we go. That was the interview that I downloaded. Okay, all right. So real quick, we'll just plug our stuff real quick. Joe, what do we got? No Twitch stream tomorrow, but Joe, what are we doing on Saturday?
On Saturday, we are back on Twitch with Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yes, that'll be twitch.tv/NerdCageLive. It'll be Saturday night, not tomorrow, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then, Joe, next week.
Next week, we are doing a live stream of the video games that aged well.
And the following week.
The following week is the opposite of that coin with the video games that have aged badly.
And, of course, what are we doing Tuesday?
On Tuesday, we go back to Metroid Prime Remastered.
Awesome. And speaking of Joe Blow, if you haven't already, please check out my face-off, Mario Brothers 93 versus Street Fighter 94. It's now on Joe Blow Originals. Please check that out. That was a lot of fun to make and brings up good conversation. And then, Joe, plug in our social media real quick.
All right, if you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are @nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description. Become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is Nerd Cage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Yeah, no spoilers, no politics. That's kind of our modus operandi at Joe Blow as well. We always have to remind people that in the talkbacks. We have a guy that works for us that does that. We always try to say, no spoilers, no politics, please.
Yes, exactly. We're all here to have fun, no matter what your background is. And
like
real quick, if you haven't already, please check out our TeePublic link in the description. We have some fantastic shirts. Just going through these real quick. Check these shirts out. Mortal Kombat 1 Fatality design. Mortal Kombat Arcade Marquee design. For those who like to dress up as rodents fighting crime, get this shirt as well. Our top selling shirt here, the regular with the Strength of Geek Knowledge on the back. For you kaiju fanatics, we got this shirt. Oh my god, I always love doing this. Hang on, I got you guys. For those who are feeling frisky, the most recognizable website on earth parodied that, but don't buy this for your kids. Because I don't know how the teachers would feel about that. Oh, for power, wisdom, and courage. And it's too dangerous to go alone. Mortal Kombat 3 style fatality. And for you MCU fanatics. Oh! And another popular shirt that I believe, oops, where did it go? Oh, right here. I believe Chris has this one here.
I was wearing it earlier today. I was gonna come on the podcast with it, and embarrassingly, I spilled soup on it, so it's in the wash.
Oh no!
I don't know, really tomatoey soup, and it was like, and I was just drinking it, and it was just I don't know, I just lost control or something like that. So it's in the wash now.
Awesome, and they're great quality, right, Chris?
Oh yeah, I love it. It's great. It's actually a very comfortable shirt, and it fits really well. But that
T-Public
is always pretty good, though. Yeah.
Listen,
T-Public
any
is always
size,
pretty decent.
any color. We go from small all the way to 5XL, so it doesn't matter if you're skinny, booty call, or fat fuck, big or small. We love them all. Get yourself a Nerd Cage Live shirt. You'll be supporting us directly. So, we got about a little over a half hour with Chris. So I want to start with this. Again, thanks for coming on with us tonight. But Chris, please tell everybody, and I know you've told me briefly when we talked on Zoom for the first time, but please, we just want to know more about your career and how did you get started with Joe Blow? How did you wind up where you are now, sir? Go ahead, the floor is yours.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's so I studied journalism and film in university, but I never really did anything with them. I was a commercial copywriter. I worked in radio for years. I was an op. I don't know what you know what that is, but it was like in the old days of radio, there was boards and you would turn on microphones. And
I worked in radio too.
Yeah, that was my job. And I became a copywriter, and then, I always kind of wanted to review movies. I did it for like my school newspaper, and then somebody told me that I should email Burge, that's Joe Blow, because he's in Montreal, and I was like, hey, Montreal, here, I review movies. And I just randomly sent him an email, and I didn't hear back for like a year, didn't think anything of it. And then he's like, hey, there's a screening happening of The Martian Child, this movie with John Cusack coming out, and time is forgotten about, next week. Do you want to go and, review it for me, and we'll go from there? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then fast forward to like, what is it, 17 years later? Wow. And hey, I'm the editor-in-chief. I wasn't, I was always mostly the film critic for years and years and years. And then when the pandemic happened, my job just kind of, I was at the radio station. The radio station, more or less shut down for a while. I was a copywriter, so there was no advertising happening. And I just inquired. I was like, do you need any extra work done? And then it turns out that there was an opening at the time, and things just kind of evolved from there. And it's been great.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got another direct question, and I've been wanting to ask you this for the longest time. I figured I'd take the opportunity tonight. So, you have a lot of experience with a lot of interviews and whatnot with big name celebrities, and I adore you for you keep it real, you keep it professional. But I do have to ask, what was the first interview you ever did for Joe Blow that you didn't do it, but you were starstruck? Like, what was like the first time you're like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm interviewing this person?
There are a lot. God, I mean, it's funny because I never really got sent out that much on junkets at first because I'm in Montreal, right? And they don't happen in Montreal. They happen in Los Angeles and New York and stuff. That's why, Jimmy gets them mostly because he's in LA. But now there's more of an opportunity with it, with Zoom, I think. And because you can just call people up at home, right? But I did go out on a couple of junkets when I would cover TIFF. I remember like being pretty starstruck when I did, the Prisoners junket, with Hugh Jackman and Jake Gyllenhaal. I was really starstruck by that. I was really starstruck when I did the another Villeneuve junket. Although funny enough, I only interviewed him like for the first time about a year ago. I did the Sicario junket, and I was very nervous about interviewing Benicio del Toro, and they were always nice. The Martian. I got like Matt Damon. The first one that I was really, really nervous about though was Denzel Washington.
Oh my god!
I mean, that was
he's my favorite actor.
It was him and Antoine Fuqua paired. But I had an in with Antoine Fuqua because Fuqua, I've been reviewing his movies for years, and he likes the site, right? So he was very friendly and very nice to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I thought that Washington was a total pro. I thought he was a super nice guy. And then I interviewed him again a couple of years later for Magnificent Seven, and fingers crossed, maybe I'll get to interview him again for Equalizer 3.
Equalizer 3 is coming.
Yeah, I love that. He was always really nice to me too. One of the funniest ones though was I'm a big Breaking Bad fan, and I interviewed Bryan Cranston at TIFF. And I was nervous. I was nervous because it's one of those things, like, if I don't like somebody in the interview, if somebody's a real asshole to me, it's hard for me to go back and watch their stuff because I'm like, oh, that guy's a prick, you know? And it's only happened like once or twice in my career, and I've interviewed, you know, hundreds of people, and it's really rare that it happens. But I remember I was doing a junket with Perry Nemiroff from Collider. I don't know if you know who she is, but she's, you know, she's in a lot of stuff.
I'm a fan of Collider, and I've
very nice, very nice person. But I was doing this junket for oh god, Trumbo was the movie. And I was telling her, I was like, you know, I'm really nervous about talking to Cranston because what if he was a jerk? You know, I would never be able to watch Breaking Bad again. So I go in and he's taking his mic off. I'm like, no, Brian, we got one more interview. He goes, nah, I don't want to talk to this guy. And then I was like, oh shit. And then he's like, no, I'm just kidding. Your friend Perry was in here and she told me that you were really nervous. So we came up with this thing just to fuck with you. Like it was a joke. It was like a practical joke by her and him. And he was a super nice guy. He was like, so that was kind of fun. You know, that was interesting. He was really nice. And then I was very nervous about Stallone because if you follow the site at all,
Yep. I'm aware. And by the way, you did great with the Tusla King. No, it wasn't Tusla King. What was the Amazon
Tusla King. But that I didn't really get to interview him for that though, because that was just a round table.
That was the Amazon movie, the Samaritan, I think.
No, I got to do him for Rocky v Drago when they re-released that, and I got like a
By
nice.
the way, you know what? I gotta ask you. Since you just brought it up again, you and I are both huge Stallone and Rocky fans.
Yeah.
Which version did you like better? And be honest, the
Rocky
Ultimate
IV
cut or the original cut?
Rocky IV, of course, Rocky IV. I do appreciate Rocky v Drago. I really do, but I would go with Rocky IV, of course. But you know, so I interviewed him for that. And I had a great interview with him. It's on YouTube now. You can check it. I think it's still one of our most watched interviews, and he was great. You know, and they kept letting it go. And I was the one who broke the news about Tulsa King because he told me during the interview, he was like, "Hey, nobody knows this, but I'm doing this show with Taylor Sheridan, Newsflash." And it was like they didn't even have a title yet, and became like the story. And I broke it, and it kind of went viral. So that was great. You know, I interviewed Tom Cruise on the red carpet.
Syracuse guy. He's born and raised in Syracuse. He's our guy.
Love Tom Cruise. And I was very, very nervous about that one. But again, he was super awesome. And just recently, like, not a huge star, but Don Johnson. I grew up watching Miami Vice. And I had interviewed him before.
I watched you do that interview. I think I had. No, I didn't edit that. I uploaded that. And
I had interviewed him before.
Biggest shit eating grin on your face.
Yeah, I had interviewed him before for Brawl in Cell Block 99. He was always, you know, he was very nice, but this was like a kind of, it was cool because I just called him at his house, right? So it was kind of like, you know, it was more personal, and we didn't have like it was just me and him, and he was really cool. He was super, super nice, you know. So they almost always are though, you know. I mean, you know, Anne Hathaway was super nice. You know, they all turned to be relatively chill, you know. And I, like I said, I've had one or two interviews that, you know, the person was not the nicest, and it's all the same people.
We don't have to name names.
No, you know who it is. You've seen them, but we won't name names. But it is one of those things though. It just kind of goes around, and like, oh, those guys kind of so and so. 99.999% of them were super positive. So yeah, it's nerve wracking though. I mean, you'll probably end up, I'm sure we'll have you do somebody at some point for us, you know.
I'll be ready. When I get that call, Chris, I'll be ready. And of
course. I mean, you know,
we've interviewed some major guests on here, and I've interviewed music, like, actually, I still kind of technically work for them, but I also write. I haven't done it in a while. Shout out to Pete if you're in here, but I write for a website called NewYorkStateMusic.com.
Oh, cool.
And I interviewed a number of bands before, like big names. So, I have a little bit of experience with, but I've never interviewed like an actor or actress before. But
you know what? And the music, you know, and here's a weird thing though. I feel like I would be more intimidated by a musician almost than an actor, right? Because I feel like I can wrap my head around what they do for a living. Yeah. But I have no musical talent whatsoever. I feel like that's almost like a holy thing, right? When it's a musician, like it'd be tough for me to talk to like you know, like I love Depeche Mode, talk to like Dave Gahan or Martin Gore. It'd be really hard, you know, or even like talking to like the Red Hot Chili Peppers guys, like that would be nuts, you know. Flea, can you imagine?
Shout out to Flea. He was great in Babylon.
He was great in Babylon. I really liked him, and I've totally blanked on what the movie was called. I really liked him in
Baby
this
Driver?
movie, Low Down, I think it was called.
Oh, okay, I thought he was good in Baby Driver too.
Yeah, he's good in everything though. He is a legitimately good actor.
Yeah. You know, actually, while we're on that, who do you think? It doesn't matter if it's rock, metal, or pop. Who do you think is the best musician turned actor or musician that's
That's really hard. You know, like I think there's more good musicians turn good actors than good actors turn musicians.
Oh yeah.
I think that's very
Again,
rare.
we won't name names because
exactly,
we want to have them on Joe Blow, so we won't name names.
I've interviewed some of them, but no. I mean, you know, I think Gaga is great, but God, I feel like there's a way better answer to that though.
I think if you're talking recently, Lady Gaga's made a hell of a transition.
Yeah.
Like when I saw her in American Horror Story, I knew because when she was in Sin City. That was just a cameo, but when she had a major role in American Horror Story, I remember talking to my coworkers like, "Yo, Lady Gaga is like the new Madonna when it comes to like."
Yeah, she's got like the star quality, you know, and I think she's probably a better actress than Madonna. I mean, I'm seeing Madonna.
Yeah, I agree.
But who else though? Like, I'm trying to think. I'm missing like some amazing answer too, though. Somebody who's done like.
Are we talking music to film or film to music?
Music to film.
Yeah. So, like Ice-T and
I know he got some bad rap. I could say Jared Leto. I mean, it was 30 Seconds to Mars.
You know what? I think I told you this story.
He's more film. He's film to music, not music to film. That's the other way.
Yeah, no, I met Jared. I think I told you this story. I actually met Jared Leto briefly. Me and my father went to Philadelphia and we saw Audio Slave during the
nice.
During the Out of Exile tour.
Rest in peace.
Yes, and the openers were Seether and 30 Seconds to Mars. And 30 Seconds to Mars was an unknown band. The Kill has just came out, like The Kill just hit radio. Nobody knew who they were, and I wasn't aware that the lead singer was a former child actor, former actor. So like once 30 Seconds to Mars got off stage, they actually walked through the crowd. Right when they got off to their last song, they walked right through the crowd. And I gently grabbed Jared Leto by the arm. I'm like, "Yo, you guys were great." And he like playfully punched me not hard, and goes, "Oh, thanks, dude. We appreciate it." And that was my encounter with Jared Leto.
Yeah, I've interviewed him a few times.
And then next thing I know it, you know, he's in like other movies and sitting, you know, like Lord of War and a whole bunch of other movies. I'm like, oh my god, I did not realize like this guy was like huge.
Yeah. I interviewed him. I interviewed him a few times. I interviewed him for
Morbius.
Yes, and WeWork, and he was cool both times. I mean, you know, I always thought that like the hate against him was
yeah.
weird.
I know there are stories out there about.
I don't know if any of it's true though. That's the thing. I've always felt like the thing about him is the thing like about Ben Affleck. I feel it's all guys that hate him, and it's guys that are jealous of him because all their girlfriends want to sleep with the guy. You know, like I feel like that's, you know. But I don't know. Then there's other shit that's come out about Leto. But who knows if it's true? I feel like if it was true, it would be more of a thing though,
especially
wouldn't it? Like I feel like
cancel culture.
Yeah, well, especially, that's the thing. So I feel like if there were legitimate grievances, it would be a thing, and he would be, you know, kind of like, you know, he'd be hashtag quote unquote canceled, you know, like, so I don't know. I don't know if it's legit or not. You know, I can only go by my experience with him, and my experience with him has always been positive. I would say in terms of film to music, though, 30 Seconds to Mars and Jared Leto are probably one of the better examples.
Yeah. By the way, everybody in chat, if you guys got questions for Chris, Joe will handle your questions. If you have questions you have a rare opportunity. So this guy has interviewed a lot of celebrities. He's seen a lot of movies. So, guys, if you have questions for Chris, please, Joe, if you got questions, man, fire away.
Yeah,
Did you get any good? Well, before you start, did you get any good suggestions in the chat about musicians to film actors? I feel like I've missed like so many good ones.
Yeah, I think that's what Jay's trying to do is get.
Just try to get the crowd going here. I see everybody in here, so just like I said, don't be shy, guys. But yeah, Joe, if you got questions, man, fire away.
What I was gonna say is it's kind of a little inside joke between the chat, me and Jay. But you mentioned that Jay might be able to interview somebody in the future. Could you do me a favor and make him interview Chris Pratt?
Oh my God! So Chris, it's no secret. I'm not a fan of Chris Pratt.
Really?
I don't dislike him as a person.
Yeah, nice.
I know
guy,
he's
nice
a
guy.
I know he's a nice guy. I know he's married to a Schwarzenegger. I just am not a fan of his work. When I found out he voiced Mario, it was a gut punch to me. I'm not gonna lie, it was a gut punch.
You know, though, sometimes though, you can think that way about an actor, and then you could see something that changes your opinion. You know, like for me, I never liked Channing Tatum, but then I saw Magic Mike. Well, it started with Haywire, but then I saw Magic Mike, and I was like, oh, this guy actually can act, and now I really like him. Yeah. You know, so sometimes that happens. You know, and Pratt, like, I mean, I don't know, I was always charmed by like Parks and Recreations. He's not my favorite either, though, as a leading man. I liked The Terminal List, but I felt like that would have been better with Taylor Kittich in that role, who was also in it. You know, like, to me, he's a more kind of legit guy, but you know, he's not my favorite either. But a nice guy, and you know, people do like him. Well, they used to. I don't know. People seem like they have a big issue with him. But you know. Yeah, Mario, though, that whole thing about him not doing the accent, though, like, do people really want him to do the accent? Because, like, Russell Crowe's got The Pope's Exorcist coming out this weekend. And
I want to see that. I want to see that. And I want to see Brendan.
But it looks like he's doing the Mario voice in that, and people are mocking it already. So you're screwed if you do it, and you're screwed if you don't do it, you know?
Yeah. Not only that, but when I found out Charles Martinet was actually in the film, I was like, well, it would kind of be confusing to hear his voice and Chris Pratt trying to do the voice at the same time, so I can kind of understand why he kind of dropped it a little.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Joe, it looks like all the questions are coming in, so Joe, go ahead and get them.
Coming now. So Chase Smithers asks, top 5 favorite movies.
Oh, God, man, that's really hard. I mean, you know, it's really difficult to say the top 5 favorites because, honestly, like, depending on, like, the time of the day, they're going to change all the time. I mean, I would say up there, of course, is Goodfellas, for sure.
Nice.
You know, I mean, I tend to like those overdrawn kind of gangster epics. That always tends to be my thing. My number 2, I mean, Boogie Nights is up there for sure.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite movies ever. I've seen that many times. I was thinking about it the other day. Almost Famous is definitely one of my favorite.
That's a good one. We actually did a look back on Nerd Cage Live. My former co-host. I'm really proud of that.
Yeah, just because, I mean, I feel like I almost kind of lived it in some ways, you know, and it was one of those movies that I saw at a very formative age, and it kind of, you know, made me want to do. I mean, you know, then I would also say probably, you know, Pulp Fiction would be in there.
Yes, that's my number 2.
Yeah, and then,
I think you saw my video. I sent you my top 10 favorite movies video. Joe, you got some other questions there.
And then, but I don't even know what I'd put in as like number 5. I mean, I'd probably put in something like The Exorcist, maybe. But you know, but it's interesting because my feelings on movies, I'll literally watch anything from, you know, the 1920s onward. I have TCM, you know, I'm always watching older movies. I like black and white movies. I like movies from the 30s, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. But when you ask me what my favorite movies are, they're almost always from the 90s or the early 90s, mid 90s, or the 80s, because those are the movies that I grew up watching when I was a kid. And especially if it falls into that kind of sweet spot of the late 90s, you know, like 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. That's when I started really getting into movies as art, right? And watching, you know, stuff through a different lens. So my favorites always tend to be from that era, I think.
And Josh has just dropped in. Josh, meet Chris. Chris, meet Josh.
Hey,
who's
Josh,
also a huge movie buff.
What's going on, Chris? How's it going, bro?
Hey, how are you?
Good, man.
We're just, Josh, we're just in the middle of taking fan questions. We got a bunch of them.
Yeah.
Cool.
Artara here asks, well, we've already kind of touched on a little bit, but she wants your general thoughts on the Super Mario movie.
Mine?
Yes.
I mean, I didn't like it, you know, and Jay and I got into it a bit, you know. I mean, he was I had to pull rank on him and insist that no, it's actually bad. No, it's not. You know, I don't know. I didn't hate it. You know, the thing is, I was never super sold on it to begin with, you know, because if I felt like, you know, everybody's talking about how faithful it is, and yeah, sure, it's got nods to all the games and stuff.
Right.
The thing about it is, you know, I've enjoyed it for the first 20 minutes, but then I literally just wanted to go home and play Super Mario, though, at some point. Like, I felt like I was watching, you know, one of my friends play the game, and I wasn't getting a turn, and it was pissing me off. You know, it was like I was watching the movie, I'm like, pass me the Switch. You know, I want to play.
No, that's the great conundrum of these video game movies. It's just like you can just be playing them, you know.
Yeah, but then but I'll tell you, I went home, plugged in the Switch, and started playing Super Mario Odyssey and the Super Mario Maker, you know, so it did its job, and I think it's going to sell a ton of copies of games.
Yeah,
hey, it's doing super well at the box office too.
It is. It's on pace to make $1 billion, and my only thing is to combat your review. By the way, please check out Chris's review of Super Mario. He gave it a 6.5. I gave it an 8.75.
I didn't give it a 6.5. I gave it a 6, and it was a generous 6.
Ours are comparable because I gave it a 6.57.
Yeah.
Closer to a 6. Yeah.
And anyway, I gave it 8.75. I loved it, and I just feel like there are so many Easter eggs and so many references and so many throwbacks and so many great musical cues. I couldn't help but love it, but I did have my problems with it, very minor. Again, some of the dialogue could have been better. I think Princess Peach was a little OP, and I thought Luigi was a bitch. I'm sorry, it's true, but I still enjoyed the movie. It brought me a lot of nostalgic, nostalgic joy, and that's why at the end of the day, I really liked it a lot.
What does that mean? Peach is OP? Would you say OP?
Overpowered.
Okay.
Because she was always the damsel in distress. Like, she was never oh, I'm going to lead all these mushroom men to...
No, but, I mean, I don't get that criticism because some people were criticizing that too, but, when you play the game, you can always choose a playable character on most of them, and I would always play Peach because she can fly with her fucking skirt, Absolutely. So it's like So to me, it's not that different from the games. They were always playable characters, so I was kind of fine with that, because to me, it's not... super unique.
I felt like she was more Princess Zelda than Princess Peach.
Sure, but I mean, it's the era too. But it's funny, But what I always tell people though, because I used to get a ton of hate and talkbacks whenever I do a review or something, and people disagreed with me. I'd always tell them, the beauty about having an opinion is that I can be right. I can love it, you can hate it, but we're both right at the end of the day. So because who's to say it's invalid? There are movies that are out there that people hate that I really like.
Right. And you have facts to back up.
Watching.
Yeah. You never know. I mean, it's always it's like that. It really depends on how something hits you on a particular day. And then the weird thing is too, I could see a movie and love it, and then watch it again 6 months later, and like, oh, what the fuck was I thinking when I saw it that day? And then that happens sometimes. Never happened to you. And if you
6 years later, also 10 years later, Charlie Kaufman's a prime example of that because he has these existential things where it's like, oh, I didn't understand what the hell he was talking about, and then it's like, oh yeah, I went through it.
Just wait until you see Ari Aster's new movie, Beau is Afraid.
I'm excited.
Oh man, I saw that at a press screening last week, and that was like a 3 hours, kind of an ordeal, but it was kind of fascinating as well. And I wrote in my review, it's like I give it a 6 now, but like 10 years from now, I might give it a 10, or I might give it a 0.
Ari Aster, he's something. I don't know about him.
My girlfriend is going to see it on Monday, and it's like I'm like telling her, she was like, "Hey, enjoy." I'm not coming. You want to come with me? Nah.
Before we get to Doomzilla's question, I think that's the last question in the chat. I do have a question for you, Chris, if you want to nail this one real quick. We're talking strictly 2023 so far. What is your favorite movie of the year so far, and what movie are you most excited about coming out in 2023?
Favorite movie of the year so far. I mean, I was trying to think about that before. Like, I don't know that I've seen anything that I flipped out at. There are some that I saw at Sundance that I really liked, but I'm not going to talk about those yet because they haven't come out yet.
I get
But I mean, in terms of like mainstream movies that came out, I really enjoyed Creed 3.
Yes.
I really enjoyed John Wick Chapter 4. Slightly overpraised, but I did enjoy it. But then I liked Cocaine Bear. Didn't love Cocaine Bear, but liked it.
That was fun.
And there's been a lot of stuff that I've seen so far this year that I thought was good. But did I see anything that I thought was exceptional? The only movie I would say that I saw that I thought was really, really good is Air. Air was amazing.
Thank you. You hear that, Josh?
Yeah. I loved Air.
I heard that he said that he liked it. He thought that it was really good. That's what I heard.
Yeah. and 3 is behind it, I would say. Because, I mean, in terms of pure entertainment value, I was very entertained by Creed 3. And I liked that it wasn't oppressively long either. I like a good 2-hour movie. That's the only thing about John Wick 4, sorry, is it's too damn long. But I still
that's
really like
my only complaint, absolutely. But I loved it. But that's my only complaint. It could have been shortened.
Hey there, Tattness Radio listeners. Do you want the chance to win a free brand new Xbox Series X? All you have to do is subscribe to Nerd Cage Live over on youtube.com/NerdCageLive. Once we get to 1,500 subscribers, we'll release a video on how you can enter. No purchase necessary. Contest is for US and Canada only.
And then, Chris, going into 2023, and we got a lot of movies coming out in 2023. Which is the one that intrigues you the most that's coming out?
I mean,
this
you know,
year?
most of my picks, honestly, are probably. I mean, I love Scorsese, so it's probably Killers of the Flower Moon. But in terms of blockbusters, I'm seeing The Flash in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today. Actually.
Oh my
2 weeks
God!
From yesterday. Yeah, because I'm seeing it at CinemaCon.
You gotta reach out to me afterwards, okay?
Well, they're really keen on that movie because we even
They
have
know it's good.
One of our journalists is even seeing it on the Monday in LA because they're not hiding it. They're really putting it out there because they want people to watch it. So when they do that, last time they did that with a movie was Top Gun Maverick. You know, and like how that turned out.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to see it because I want to see Michael Keaton as Batman. Right, like that's the big thing, and I'm also very curious about Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Said, like,
I'm so
the
skeptical.
potential for it to be bad is high, though. That's the thing. Like, it really is. It could be terrible. I hope it's not. I hope it's amazing, but we'll see.
If it's
what
better
do you guys?
I feel like if it's better, all I ask is please be better than Crystal Skull. That's all I ask. I'm not expecting it to be as good as the first.
That's a low bar, so I'd assume that it would be.
You ever seen King of Solomon's Mines with Richard Chamberlain? That's better than Kingdom of Crystal Skull.
I know what that is.
Canon movie.
Did you see Dungeons and Dragons?
Yeah, I liked it. You know, I mean, it was. I didn't like it as much as everybody else. I kind of agree with Jimmy's review of it, like a 7. I thought it was perfectly enjoyable, but then I saw a video that was comparing all the shots to like the Avengers, and it's like, whoa, yeah, they really ripped off the Avengers like a lot, and like so many of the shots and the tone of the movie, like they really. They got that down cold, and that made me like it less because I was like, oh,
it was a lot of fun.
Sure, it was fun though. Yeah, it was fun.
Hey Joe, let's
fun,
get that one last question from Doom there.
Right,
and
so Doomzilla asks if you have any exposure to kaiju films.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not the biggest kaiju fan, but I do like some of them. So when I was young, I was really into Godzilla movies. Right, and I used to rent like a bunch of the old tapes, and I would watch them with my friends, sleepovers, like Godzilla versus Monster Zero and stuff like that. Godzilla in 1985, I really liked the American cut of that. Raymond Burr.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even get out of his chair. Like, hey, yeah, Godzilla. I mean, I always watched like the kind of bastardized American versions of those. One of the most fun experiences I had watching a movie, though, I have to say, was I went to see Godzilla Final War at Fantasia in Montreal. Man, the audience went crazy for that movie. But the problem with it was that, like, I loved it when I saw it. I was like, this is one of the best Godzilla movies ever. But then I got it on DVD and I watched it alone. And I was kind of like, oh, it's not as good as I remember it being, because you need that crowd energy. Yeah. But I remember being very disappointed when I saw... Every time I saw a Godzilla movie, I was from America. I was disappointed until I saw King of the Monsters, which I thought was pretty good. But I hated the Roland Emmerich version. Thought it was garbage, even when I was 15 years old and it came out. Yep. But I hated the version with like Bryan Cranston and stuff because there's no Godzilla in it. It takes forever for him to show up. I remember just the whole time. I was drunk when I watched it.
I got a hot take. Crazy. I like the Roland Emmerich Godzilla better than the 2014, the first Legendary.
I mean, I think it is a better movie, or it's more fun anyway. But
King of the Monsters was good. I think Skull Island is the best among the.
Easily. But I think that the new kaiju show though that they're doing with the Russells, Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell, sounds really good. And Godzilla vs. Kong was totally fun.
I agree. I liked it. It was fun.
But it was like it's not a great movie, but it's like kind of fun. But I mean, but kaiju, like that's pretty much my only. We used to have a guy on the site who was such a big Godzilla fan. This guy Matt Rooney, and he did a thing ranking all the movies, and it was like 30, 40 movies, and it was like, and it was so. It just went on and on and on and on and on. This piece, and it's still online. But I was trying to edit it, and I was just totally lost. Because it was like he was almost like speaking another language.
I guess I'm not gonna get slaughtered for saying this live, but I did pitch because Birch sent an email a while back saying you guys got any show pitches. So I pitched him a show. I was like, yo, how about Joe Blow on Toho? Let's go back.
The thing is, it honestly has never done well for us. That's the problem.
Yeah. But that wasn't the only thing though. Birch was concerned was we're not in with Toho, and Toho is copyright.
Oh yeah, that's a big thing. I mean, you know, for James Bond Revisited, you know, there was kind of like a process that we went through with the studio, and they were happy about it because, you know, we got to do the junket afterwards for No Time to Die, and I got to go on this great set visit thing afterwards.
Wow.
But that it is kind of one of those things, like, because they'll flag you every time it goes up and you'll get demonetized. Whereas, you know, for certain things like the Bond things, we were able to be like, oh, you know, this is what we're doing, and then they're like, oh, okay, no problem. You know, most of the studios will give you that kind of latitude if they see that it's increasing awareness, you know, and they're bringing it in. But yeah, that's a valid point that he has. You know, it is, and it's hard to deal with them because
I totally understand where Burge was coming from, but I was like,
one of my bucket list places to visit though is Japan still. So my girlfriend, my partner, she went to Japan for like 3 weeks just before the pandemic hit, and I remember like thinking, oh, I'll go next time, you know, and then the world shut down, and I realized like I should have gone, you know, like it would have been such a great thing, and hopefully maybe next year we'll go because I've always wanted to go to Japan.
Okay, so hey, we're getting close to
let me get Scott's question out of the way for Jay's thing. He asks, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, mine? Oh, God. That's a loaded question. Easily Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah,
but I'm
without a doubt.
But I'm going to say something controversial. As an OG fan, for me, there's only 3 Star Wars movies.
That's not controversial.
Fair enough. No, that's not controversial at all.
That's controversial at all.
3 Star Wars movies, and that's it. It kind of ends there.
And no shows, no extra.
I don't mind. You know, my favorite thing about The Mandalorian is that it's brought Carl Weathers back into the limelight. I'm happy about that. But that's about it. You know,
you didn't watch the other ones.
I watched The Mandalorian season 1 and 2, and that's it.
Okay.
Because it's starting to feel like homework, and I find that they're look. I mean,
and that's kind of like the same thing with MCU. It's become homework because you got the shows now, and this Marvel.
It's like a factory. It's a money factory.
It is a money factory, and the movies aren't good anymore. That's the problem. You know, like that, and that's what's gonna. Unfortunately, I think that's what's gonna happen with Star Wars. I mean, they announced like 10 movies coming up. You know,
Ray is coming back, and it's like what?
I mean, I like Daisy Ridley as an actress. I saw her in a great movie at Sundance, but it's like, do we need 3 more Ray movies? Like, is that what people are really clamoring for?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Rise of the Skywalker is the worst Star Wars movie ever made.
Absolutely.
I actually kind of liked Force Awakens, which is also kind of controversial.
That was the
me
worst
too.
movie
Force
I've
Awakens
seen in
was
the last decade, and I didn't bother watching the other 2.
Force Awakens had some style to it, though, and it had some energy, and they were making choices. I mean, there were choices that people disagreed with, but they were bold. So it had filmmaking behind it. But, like, the Rise of Skywalker, that was just like...
Chris, you're a very smart man, dude. We're on the same
he's
page here.
Producer Joe Blow. Okay, so guys, real quick, we're getting close to the end of the time because Chris has got to go. So here it is. Last call. The bar is closed. If you got any more questions for Chris, plug them away now. Joe will get them. Okay, so while we're waiting for some more questions for Chris, Josh, why don't you plug whatever you got to plug for your channel on paper real quick, and then we'll.
I'm doing some videos on paper. I got some new subs. I got 20 new subs. Just like and subscribe and follow me.
What's your channel, Josh?
It's on paper. Basically, thank you, Chris. I make fun of YouTube videos and YouTube channels. I did the DSP stuff and some other crazy stuff.
It's funny. Last year we go to VidCon every year just to learn, right? Kind of, and it's like, and Mr. Beast was there and everybody was freaking out. I'd never heard of him before that. I was like, and then I attended like a keynote session that I gave like to the insiders who Verge paid for insider access. And man, he's actually really smart, I have to say.
I listened to his stuff about how to grow your channel. Like,
I was making fun of him walking in, but then he started to talk and I was like, whoa, this guy is actually really smart.
He's smart, man. He's bigger than most celebrities. Like, everybody knows Mr. Beast.
One hard-hitting question that I had, and don't hate me for asking it, I just wanted to know, is how's Joe Blow's relationship with, say, competitors like Watch Mojo or something like that?
Oh, I mean, the thing is, like, we're isolated from where everybody works remotely, right? So there's no like head office, So and the fact is, I'm in Montreal, so I'm kind of isolated from everybody. But I will say that like for the most part, everybody's friends though. Like the people that work for the different site. Like I'm very good friends with a couple people that work for Collider. Not as many as they used to be because they all left. But you know, like I know people from Screen Rant. I know people from all kinds of our competitors, and we always maintain a friendly relationship with them. I mean, yeah, they are competitors, and you don't want to give them things, you know, but there's no like feuds or anything like that. Not that I know of anyway, you know, because it's kind of pointless in the end. You know, I think that whenever somebody starts like a feud, they end up looking stupid at the end of it, you know. So for the most part, I mean, there's always misunderstandings and cross wires and cross signals, but for the most part, I would say the relationships are always pretty positive for the most. And every site, everybody has friends with different sites because we all, you know, we can relate to each other. We're all in the same world, so there's no like. There's a little territoriality maybe with like higher ups, but I don't know. But even then, I've never felt that like Verge was super territorial or anything like that. He never told me not to talk to anybody. Okay. Like it was always kind of a very friendly, kind of collegial vibe. So yeah, so in that regards, but you know. There's not really any. We have a friendly relationships with pretty much everybody.
All right, what about Chris? We're getting close to 8 o'clock here, so do you want to just give your just a message to the Nerd Cage Live fanatics here and plug whatever you want to plug, my friend?
Yeah, no, I mean, I just want to plug Joe Blow Originals. You know, that's the channel that I run Joe Blow Originals, and that features, you know, all kinds of work by all the great editorial teams. You know, and Jay definitely is one of them. You know, he did a couple of great face-off episodes. We just had Super Mario 93 versus Street Fighter 94, and I thought that was a great episode. I thought it was really well done. Got a lot of shows coming up. You know, we're launching one that I'm pretty excited about. Where we're breaking down iconic movie scenes with this guy who works for us, Kier Gomes, who's also really good.
Yes.
You know, hopefully we'll launch that maybe this weekend. You know, it's an exciting time. It's weird because theoretically my job is running the website, right? But then running the YouTube channel, it's such a different thing, right? You know, it's like so, and it's kind of the crossover between the two is not as you know as what you'd expect. I always thought, oh well, if I run the website, I can run the YouTube channel, no problem. It pretty much takes care of itself. No, it does not.
Different animal altogether.
All right,
yeah. Anybody else have any last questions or anything like that? I can take a couple more if you have any other questions.
Before we get any more questions here, I know we're getting close here to 8 o'clock, but Chris, I just wanted to say, you know, thank you so much, not only for coming on tonight, but I just also wanted to personally thank you that you and Birch took a chance on me. Like, I applied at IGN, I applied at Nintendo Life, and a few other major media outlets and websites. No one gave me a chance, but Joe Blow did. And I was a fan of you and Joe Blow for a few years prior. So when I saw that you guys were hiring, you put the thing on your community tab saying that you were hiring. I rolled the dice. You guys saw my channel, and you took a chance on me. Thank you. I'm having the time of my life working for you guys, and I can't wait.
Oh man, I feel kind of bad now because I have to fire you. I just talked about it beforehand. Yeah, I feel kind of bad now because that was the next email I was gonna send. No, I'm kidding. Obviously, no, Jay, you do great work, man. I think you're one of the best editors we have. In fact, I was just talking to Burge about it, and we'll probably be sending you more work because there's always stuff to edit, and and you gotta put some more stuff together for us, and I'm sure I'll have you. I'm sure you're gonna grow with the site. Hey, I've been with the site 16 years, so there's always.
I just hit 1 year back in January. So.
Awesome, man. I mean, I'm sure you'll be with us a lot longer.
Yeah, absolutely. I know plan as long as you guys want me. And
I know with Burge, one of the things that him and I always talked about is we do like to bring in younger and different perspectives, because him and I are getting older, so we're not as we don't
I'm
necessarily.
not that far behind you. I'm 37 pretty soon. So.
Oh, I mean, whatever. I mean, you seem younger, you're young at heart, but
I'm a man child.
People that get into, that's the thing. Like, I do feel like I'm kind of losing my bandwidth with the MCU and stuff like that. So I'm always trying to bring in different people that can kind of, get more excited about these things, So it's interesting. Yeah, but we love having you, man.
Thank you so much. All right.
Yeah.
Well, again, thank you so much for being here tonight. I don't know if we got any more questions, but yeah, I know you got to go. But hey, thank you so much. Again, I'm going to ask you one last question. Would you like to come back on Nerd Cage Live sometime?
Oh yeah, man, anytime. Sure, for sure, definitely.
Absolutely, yeah. Because I feel like there's so much more we could talk about. So we'd like to leave the audience wanting more. So
cool, man. It was really good talking to you guys. I had a great time.
All right, perfect. Well, I know you gotta go, so thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. And I'm gonna get that interview uploaded tonight. Don't worry.
All right, take care, dudes.
All right,
Take care, brother.
Good night, Chris.
Nice talking to you, Chris.
Nice talking to you too. Take care.
All right, so I guess what we'll do right now is we're gonna plug away and stuff like that. So Joe, go ahead. What we got coming up here?
All right. I believe Saturday we are going to be going back to Resident Evil 4 Remake.
Yes, sir. Oh, Joe, can you just put that placeholder back in?
Yeah.
Yeah, put that placeholder back in. And hey, yeah, so yes, tomorrow we'll be off from Twitch. I know we normally Twitch on Fridays, guys, but I'm going to go see the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Yes. Be hanging with Chad, Anthony, John, and Flea. Very, very, very excited, guys. So I'll be at the Red Hot Chili Peppers concert at the Dome in Syracuse tomorrow. So therefore, we're going to be on Twitch Saturday. You know what, Joe? We do good on these Saturday streams. So
we do.
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it at all. I almost feel like the Saturday nights, there's something about the vibe on the Saturday night streams, you know?
Yeah.
That are a lot of goddamn fun. And then, Joe, what do we got going on Tuesday?
Now, Tuesday, if schedule permits, which I'm not 100% sure of yet, but generally on Tuesdays, we will be back to Metroid Prime Remastered.
Absolutely. And Joe, that was definitely a first fun stream there.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute blast. And at some point, I'll get back to Hades. And of course, Joe, tell them about next week.
Yes, next week we do the live stream of video games that have aged well.
And then the following week.
The following week is the opposite side, video games that have aged badly.
All right. And then what we'll do is, Joe, go ahead, plug our social media.
All right. If you want to get us on Twitter or Instagram, both handles are at nerd_cage. Our link to our Discord is in the description, so become a member there as well. And our Facebook discussion group, that is Nerd Cage Nation. We love everything you guys put up there. No spoilers, no politics, and for God's sakes, keep it civil.
Absolutely. And then Josh, again, congratulations on your latest videos and all the views you've been getting, man. Keep up the awesome work here.
Thank you.
I guess it's safe to say we have some rapid reviews coming. We'll hopefully have Picard, new Picard up tonight. Obviously, I'm going to be at a concert tomorrow, but Saturday, guys, expect a album rapid review. And then hopefully Sunday night, I'll have a rapid review of Renfield. I'm taking my mom to see it Sunday. Very excited for Renfield. I love Nicolas Cage. And that's pretty much it as far as what's coming on the channel. Again, we'll be on Twitch. Please check out On Paper. Please check out Joe Blow Originals. Sub up all the Joe Blow channels. Check out my... Yeah, let me bring that up again. As Chris mentioned earlier, my face-off of Mario 93 versus Street Fighter 94. I believe it's closing on 8,000 views, so please check that out. I had a lot of fun making it. And of course, if you haven't already, please get yourself a Nerd Cage Live t-shirt. I won't go through all the shirts again, but be sure to pick up a shirt. Link to our TeePublic is in the description. We've sold over 60 t-shirts now, and I just posted pictures of the new ones that just came in. So, again, thank you to everybody who's bought shirts for us. Again, thanks to Chris from Joe Blow. He had a bounce, but thank you to Chris from Joe Blow, and we can't wait to have him back. There's so much more to talk about. And yeah, anything else, gentlemen?
No, I'm about to go get ready for a big trip, big tournament.
Oh yeah, you got your Magic tournament.
Yeah.
So for those who don't know, Josh is going down to Virginia?
Yeah, good old Richmond, very close to Star City Games. If you guys are Magic players, which I don't think any of you are, that's the headquarters. That's the land of Magic right there. And playing in the sealed 5K, which isn't even the main event. It's like the main event is just fucking people playing Commander. So I'm playing in the event that matters, which is a side event. It's funny. March of the Machines.
If you get any photos, feel free to put them up.
I will. I'm going to try to do something. I'll do shorts or something like that, because there's always cool stuff there.
Definitely post them and post it on the group page, post it on the Discord, and all that good stuff. And we hope you win. Hope you win big money.
I hope I win too.
Yeah, and I can't believe I forgot to plug. Guys, please check out our Mario spoiler discussion that we did on Monday. Oh my God, we're closing on 400 views, so thank you everybody who checked that out. The podcast version of that is available on Spotify, Amazon, iHeartRadio, all that good stuff. So if you want to just listen to it, it's on all the podcast platforms. Same with our live stream with Shaquille Oatmeal of Round One Podcast. That is available on podcast platforms as well. So yeah, check out those live streams if you haven't already. They were a lot of fun. And again, next Thursday, even though Joe will be working, but Joe will have his list ready. We're going to be doing, like I said, the games that have aged well and the games that have aged bad this weekend, next week. And we got some fantastic guests coming in May. I'll be announcing those shortly. So thank you very much to everybody in the chat. We pre-produce ask you to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like syphilis. So USA from yours truly, Syracuse, New York, Montreal, Canada, and New Jersey, to all our friends around the world at Nerd Cage Live on paper and JoeBlow.com. As always, enjoy life, stay safe, eat your vegetables, do your push-ups, go to the gym, all that good stuff. Fuck math, fuck bots, fuck trolls.
Fuck birds.
Yeah, thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you Saturday night on Twitch. Good night. Stick around for these awesome promos and get trapped in the game!
Hey there, Tattness Radio listeners. Do you want the chance to win a free brand new Xbox Series X? All you have to do is subscribe to Nerd Cage Live over on youtube.com/NerdCageLive. Once we get to 1,500 subscribers, we'll release a video on how you can enter. No purchase necessary. Contest is for US and Canada only.
Ooh, trying to get out of the Nerd Cage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about Nerd Cage Live!